So I go, my people. Foota hype come under every backlash from the Gaza fans. Why? Because of a recent review, or I should say statement that he make pertaining to Vybz Kartel and Buju Banton, with their recent concerts being sold out. Now, Foota hype stated that Vybz Kartel and Buju Banton is in high demand because they were locked up. So the moment that they have going on now is because they were behind bars, and him call it a prison moment. Now, my people, is Foota hype wrong? No. And everything I agree Foota hype on. But in this case, I agree with him. Because in reality, Vybz Kartel is in high demand. Buju Banton is in high demand. One may making more than one. But again, they are in high demand. Because them fans haven't seen them for over 10, 13 years, some 15 or 20 years. Why? Because of two reasons. One was locked up behind bars. The other, with his visa gotten taken away, plus locked up behind bars for over 13 years. So because of that situation, the fans have not seen them for a while. So when now them get back the privilege where they can travel and they can be free from the shackles and chain, the fans are going to support them in full swing. They are going to support them in full swing. Now, Foota hype give an example, and him stated, make an artist where never go behind bars, put on a show and see if they can pull the same crowd as Vybz Kartel and Buju Banton. And he said they can't, which is right. Is 100% right. Right? This is a stigma that we attract to our Jamaican culture. And in reality, it is an American culture, not a Jamaican culture. And we take on that persona. And you see, within this music, I realize that other artists is being overshadowed because of loyalty to one person and not loyalty to the music. So basically, Foota hype is saying the fans of artists is not a fan of the culture and of the music. Because if they were a fan of the music and of the culture, any artist could have pulled them from once that artist has good catalog. They could have been pulled. The support would have been there. And in reality, the support is not. So that's the point that Foota hype is trying to get across. But a lot of people now really sit down to understand what Foota hype are saying. It's not that him a bash Vybz Kartel or him a bash Buju Banton. No, that's not the case. It's just the fact that they have been locked up for a while and they are in high demand, and him just pointing it out that there is a stigma that we take on within the culture that eventually will blight the culture and the music. Now, yes, Vybz Kartel is out here performing and he's pulling the crowd and he's pulling other artists with him. But how long do you think that Vybz Kartel can keep pulling that crowd before that energy or that vibration run out? How long do you think? That's a question. Now, we know that Vybz Kartel have quite a few more places to go, right? Now, let's say Vybz Kartel travel the entire world and perform for the fans and for the people. Will the fans have that same energy that, hey, I want to see Vybz Kartel? Or would they look at it and say, sure, me already see Vybz Kartel already, so I don't need to see him again, right? Me already see him perform already. Me don't need to see him perform again. Which one would you think? I know a lot of you guys are fans will say that, yes, we're gonna go. But in reality, how much of you guys actually attend his show so far? Check the ratio. So Foota hype is not wrong. But here when me wrong Foota hype would know is when him decided that him a go challenge Spice. Right? And in reality, I don't think Foota hype is in the position to challenge Spice. Why? We all know that Spice can pull the crowd. We have seen it before, right? She may not put on an event for herself to really tell, but we have seen it when she get booked for shows and as she alone upon a show. We have seen it where she pulled a lot of people. So we know that Spice has pulling power. She may can't full the stadium like Vybz Kartel because Vybz Kartel is more bigger, right? But we guarantee that Spice can actually pull crowd. We know that. Now, for Foota hype to challenge Spice and knowing that Spice has the pulling power, right? I think that's where Foota hype go wrong. Personally. Now, Foota hype, when me say that you're not in the position to challenge Spice or anyone, is the fact that you was one of dancehall protege when it comes to selector, right? And you downgrade a thing. Literally, you downgrade your talent. You downgrade yourself. So now you becomes a vlogger instead of helping to push the music on a wider scale. Because we do need the selectors. We do need them to help to push the music. We do need the vloggers. You understand? But you're losing out on your true calling. Right? Me not go sit here and bash you and say, boy, Foota, you sit down in your car and blah, blah, blah. Right? No, me not depend that because, again, we don't know your situation. You see me I say? You're seeking asylum in the US and we don't know if you actually get that asylum yet. Right? So we don't know your situation. So I'm not going to bash you. Right? Because anybody can fall upon them face. And anybody can be in the same predicament. A lot of us, they're worse than that. But what I'm saying is this. Right? You, Foota hype, have to play your part in dancehall. Not just vlogging. You understand? You have to play your part within dancehall and help to push the culture and the music. Sitting here challenging a dancehall artist, sitting here bickering about a dancehall artist and try to bring down a dancehall artist is not good for our culture at all. It's not helping our culture. It's not booming the culture. It's tearing down the culture, right? So, for me, personally, I would like to see where you're doing some real promotion for the artist them and not bashing the artist them. You understand? Doing some real promotion for the artist them and not be favoritizing the artist because we realize that you're doing that. You're doing troll because you want the money. But if you love the culture, right, you will do it and the money will come. You understand? The money will come. Nobody's perfect, Foota, and you seem to push your chest out there as a perfect man or a general, but in reality, I can't call you a general because what you do for dancehall, really, how much of these young youths have you guide or take up in your hand and say, all right, yo, me I got help enough for pushing out there. How much of them you done that with? So I can't call you a general. really and truly you're gonna play some music and you probably win to sound clash or whatever. But in my view, I haven't seen you done nothing for dancehall. In reality, you haven't helped dancehall in no way, shape, or form to move to the next level. Yes, you may bring Vybz Kartel to Bounty Killer, right? And you may hang around Movado. And you may advise Movado with couple advice. But again, Movado put in the work to get where I'm at. Because no matter how much you introduce me to a person, if I don't put in the work, right, I can't get out there. So you're not the one that busts Movado. No, you just introduce Movado to someone. And then Movado showcases talent to the world. You understand? That's how it goes. Just like how me can go to introduce it to a major record label. But if you not showcase the talent with that record label, that you can actually pull numbers, you can actually sell a record, then what you think is going to happen? You get my point? So I did nothing for you really. You get what I mean?